love, light, harmony, and rhythm to the universe. Always talking about the music. Old stuff, new stuff. There is so much out here. You know, it's been said that there's about 100,000 songs that are released a day. But let's say of that 100,000, there's probably 10,000 that are of quality. So just think, 10,000 songs per day. So just think about all the stuff in the past that we need to go catch up on. That was dope as well, you know? And that's what I'm talking about. So let's jump right into these ladies right here. Of course, you know, when it comes to Klymaxx, you're always going to think about meeting in the ladies' room. The men all pause. I still say yes. What we got up here? The joints I'm talking about up here. So the hits, yeah. What was the other one? I Miss You. But they were way deeper than that. And I would just like to speak on the one that I really dug. And oddly enough, they didn't. So this one came out quite some time ago, as you can see. And of course, they are known for being the best all-female band to ever embrace soul music. And I would challenge you, ask if there were any others, or who do you recall, even if it comes to jazz. What female bands? And I'm talking about self-supportive. I'm not talking about somebody that's backing somebody up. I'm just talking about the band members were all one unit doing their thing. All right? So much love to all the ladies that's putting in that work out here. All right? But Girls Will Be Girls came out in 1982. This is when Jam and Lewis first came on the scene as well. So it's been argued which came first, this project with Jam and Lewis or the SOS Band's High Hopes. And I think we just need to, you know, I don't know about the dates on them because I was looking at the dates in Billboard and they were about 1 month apart. One was in October and the other one was in November, but still that doesn't mean that one was recorded before the other one. That's just the release dates, and you know how labels are and all that good stuff. But anyway, Girls Will Be Girls was the bomb. Of course this deserves a goddamn award, you know, because it was the shit before folks really knew who they were. But in my opinion, this was the precursor. So this was like the off the wall for their Thriller. This set them up. This is where they started gaining notoriety and people began to learn about them. The hits and the singles off of this was Wild Girls, Heartbreaker, Convince Me, and The Man in My Life. My favorites were all four of those, in addition to Girls Will Be Girls, which that's the joker that's behind me right now. And also Offer I Can't Refuse and All Turned Out. They put out some smokers. Again, produced by Stephen Shockley and Otis Stokes of Lakeside, William Shelby of Dynasty, and also some Lakeside Time. And then, of course, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Flight Time Productions, Stand Up. And pretty much that's the reason why the ladies, or according to them, that's why they really didn't care too much for the project, because they did not have total control. You know, they contributed, but they, you know, they weren't calling the shots for this thing. But anyway, much love to the band members, the original band members, minus one or two, because again, this is the second project. This was not the first. So peace and love goes out to Bernadette Cooper on drums, Joyce Fenderella-Irby on the bass, Robin Greider and Lynn Malsby on the keys, Cheryl Cooley and Ann Williams on those guitars, Judy Takuchi on the percussion, and Lorena Lungs Hardiman, now Stewart, on those vocals. Executively produced by the man, Dick Griffey himself. Recorded at Studio Masters in LA. You know, of course, we got to give up the other love to everybody that's involved in the sonic experience. Everybody made this thing beautiful. We oftentimes look at just the artists, but there was a lot of work to go into one project for all of us to consume and enjoy. But again, recorded at Studio Masters in LA. The string arrangements were by Benjamin Wright. Engineers, Tavi Mote, Robert Brown, Steve Williams, and Jim Shiflett. Art direction was Ron Coro and Kristen Nicosi. And photography was Randy St. Nicholas. Again, the things that I found odd about this and the notables was the band was not fond of this. Of course, when they started steering that thing, that's when it went in the right direction, in addition to them going over to MCA. So Solar before that was distributed by Elektra. Once they went over to MCA, it's kind of like MCA got that push behind them, and that's when they really blew up. So let's say their creativity in addition to that. So it was the perfect storm. And amidst this change from Elektra going over to MCA, they released a single that did not appear on an LP. It was called Multi-Purpose Girls. And like I say, it was in between. Check it out. It's on YouTube. It came out in 83. And I mentioned before, I really felt like this LP was the setup for the blow up. And this one will always be my favorite here. And unfortunately, in closing, there are 3 current factions of Klymaxx. You know, bands are like family. Everybody has to go off and do their own thing. Sometimes you get along and sometimes you don't. But what we can do is appreciate the collective works that they have put out previously, in addition to the solo releases that they have done. All right? So be sure to follow the different factions on Instagram. You see them, Klymaxx FM, Klymaxx FT Bernadette Cooper, and Klymaxx Music. And those are all under Instagram. Under Facebook, we have Klymaxx FM, Klymaxx Bernadette Cooper, and Klymaxx.com. And in closing, I would like to say respect to all of the non-original members for continuing that legacy, putting in that work. And of course, some of us always just want to see the originals, but I still commend you for putting in that work and filling someone else's shoes. Always be sure to follow, like, and subscribe to us as well. For I am Art Appreciation, and that's who I am, and that's what I do. Respect the rhythm and rock on.